This video contains spoilers from the official Ben 10 comic.
The moment has finally arrived. The moment when my will prevails over the very fate of the universe. I do not observe the universe. I claim it. Everything that exists is territory that rightfully belongs to me. Entire worlds tried to resist and they all burned. They were all erased. Will anything remain able to face me? Any weapon? Any force? I've recently been informed that there is one, but very soon, it will be mine.
On Earth, in the middle of a gigantic forest, 3 people were trying to spend a quiet night together. These 3 had different interests. One of them had sumo cards. Another had books about alien conspiracies, while the other only cared about enjoying a marshmallow by the campfire. These 3 were the Tennyson team. Grandpa Max was trying to bring his grandchildren together to have fun with them on a summer vacation, although Ben and Gwen had different plans. The 2 of them were always fighting, as usual. She teased him for being obsessed with those cards, while he teased her for being a nerd. For them, this was normal. They were cousins, it's just how they interacted, although Grandpa, as the authority figure, still needed to step in. Guys, if we get up early, we could get to Mount Rushmore by noon. What do you think? No one answers. They just keep provoking each other more and more. The comments start to get out of control, with awkward looks. Gwen, tired of all this, makes a hurtful comment. At least my parents aren't using this trip to get rid of me. Gwendolyn. Grandpa Max reacts while Ben, very sad, lowers his head. Well. Whatever. I don't need them. Nor do I need you. I don't need your stupid marshmallows either. I'm out of here. Ben, wait. In space, an agent detects an object approaching at full speed. There's no way to stop it, so he quickly informs his superiors about what happened. Ben, for his part, had gone into the forest when a light caught his attention. A burning object was heading straight toward him at full speed. In a matter of seconds, the meteorite crashes down, sending Ben flying. Everything seems to be fine, but when he sees a gigantic crater in front of him, he knows that's not the case. A bit confused and intrigued by the crater and the light, Ben approaches. He has no idea what it is, but he starts to feel strange. It's as if an inexplicable force is pulling him toward it. How strange. There seems to be something at the bottom, but Ben finally snaps out of it. I think I'd better go look for Grandpa Max, and Ben hadn't noticed that a tentacle was approaching him. By the time he reacts, it's already too late. No. The tentacle was sticking to his arm. The desperation was clear on his face. This was starting to take shape. The Omnitrix had attached itself to Ben out of nowhere, and in a matter of minutes, the entire forest was filled with soldiers. They were approaching in armed battalions, with tanks and a very hostile attitude. The person in charge of this mission lashes out at everyone. Attention to all mobile units. Begin the full sweep. We have an active object in the area. There is no doubt in his voice. They know that something has already fallen here. Start preparing the mobile command station so the experts can work. Remember, it's up to us to find what landed here. We're not going to stop until we do. Off to one side was Ben. He had witnessed everything and knew he had to run away. Grandpa Max, worried about Ben, had headed into the forest. Grandpa Max, worried about his grandson, looked up at the sky. He managed to see a yellow trail that made him wonder if Ben would be okay. Ben, for his part, was in the camper. While reading his books, he said sarcastically, "What a great vacation." Ben, trying to escape from the soldiers, went deeper into the forest, where he was still wondering what was on his wrist. Suddenly, something stood in front of him. What? A gigantic bear with mechanical features had appeared. Ben was left stunned, awaiting his fate. Luckily for him, the Omnitrix began to emit a strong light. Ben didn't know what was happening, but there wasn't much time as the bear was charging at him. With no other options, Ben touched the Omnitrix and a strange energy began to flow through his body, starting a transformation. Amid screams, the great four arms finally appeared.
Bad idea, Freddy Fazbear.
Four Arms quickly tried to drive the bear away, but the animal's stubbornness made it come closer and closer. So much so that it was just inches away from ripping his face off.
So you want to bite my face off, haven't you understood?
A couple of punches would make it back off, but that only made the bear come back even harder.
Get away now! Do you want to fight? Do you really want to fight? Well then, looks like I've got 4 arms to fight back with. If you wanted it so much, I'll give you a sumo slam. Don't say I didn't. Warn you.
Ouch! No. Wait. What? For some strange reason, Ben's transformation ended at the worst possible moment. Ben had no idea what was going on, but there was no time to think. The mutant bear kept attacking. Ben dodged the attacks as best he could. As he ran, he desperately begged the Omnitrix for help. For unexplained reasons, the dial opened up again. Ben thought that the Omnitrix could hear him, and he took that moment to become a hero again. With an incredible burst of fire, he emerged, burning the bear. Even though Ben thought 4 Arms was coming back, he wasn't prepared for this alien. That didn't matter, he had to improvise. Heat Blast concentrated a great amount of heat to finish off the mutant bear. But while he was doing it, he realized he couldn't control his power. The bear finally ran away in flames while a large part of the forest was burning.
This is too crazy. Not to mention dangerous.
Ben could still think clearly, even when using the aliens, so he knew his attack could have drawn the attention of the military. He had to do something. Indeed, the military had seen the flare and were heading to the location. When they arrived, they were greatly surprised. The place was burned. There were flames everywhere. They had to report the situation as soon as possible. Colonel Rossum, this is Galloway. We're monitoring the impact site closely. It looks like there was some kind of localized heat blast here. We might need reinforcements to contain it properly, sir. This isn't a coincidence, is it? The soldiers nearby who were listening to the situation say out loud, "I don't think so, sir." Colonel Rossum had no idea what he was up against, but he knew he had to find it and neutralize it. Before everything got out of control, Gwen was in the camper trying to call Grandpa Max. Voicemail, "Grandpa Max, what are you doing out there?" Grandpa Max was still in the woods, desperate to find Ben. Deep down, he knew things had gotten out of control. He knew something like this was going to happen sooner or later. But he didn't expect it to be so soon. In space, a message alerted Vilgax.
Long-range sensors have picked up an unusual signal. It matches the UFO energy signature found in the ultra-secret files, calculating location coordinates.
The activation of the Omnitrix had caused its signal to appear in the system. This allowed Vilgax to act quickly.
Track the signal. Contact our nearest agent and prepare him for an immediate jump. I'm sure that the primitive species living there has no idea what is about to befall them. That power is the key to conquering the universe.